But let's talk about where it all started. And you told me there were really two transformative moments that blended together in your life.
Yeah, look, I was born and raised in France, not in a tech family, didn't know much about tech. Find my ways to the United States when I was 19 doing an internship, met some fantastic people that gave me an opportunity to build a first startup literally in a garage in Paris in 1993 when the word startup did not exist. And that startup was actually taking a technology that was invented by some young folks from MIT and Harvard. They were slightly older than me, but not that much older. And I loved the technology. I'm not going to go into what it was, but some pretty hard, complex barcode stuff. And I remember one day meeting with them on the campus of MIT and being blown away by the speed, by the ambition, by the velocity at which they were operating. I thought I was coming for a whole day meeting, and after 1 hour, they were like, "Fred, we love you, but get out of here. We got a next call." And again, that velocity, I just remember being back on the streets of the MIT campus going like, okay, that's going to be my life. I need to be there. I need to be in the United States. I need to be where things are being created and invented. And a journey, led from one thing to another. And in 2010, I was working with SAP, and my part of my role was to help operationalize the strategy. And at the time, already was talking about social mobile cloud. You may remember SOCOMO. And they had a 5-year plan, Sun Tzu, beautiful. And I looked at the plan and I thought, well, this is great. But the real problem that companies are going to face across the world is making and executing decisions on top of a ERP remains incredibly complex. Companies have 10, 11, 12 layers of hierarchy. It's incredibly difficult to learn how to work in the company. This is the Uber problem that we need to fix. And social mobile cloud will be enablers, but we got to tackle the problem of making decisions. The other one that had been working at the time in analytics for a long time, and you'll understand that, Robert, if I ask anybody, what is the system that you use to record the decisions that you make every day? Because obviously intelligence is based on memory, right? So if you don't have a memory, you repeat the same mistakes. So what is the tool that you use today to record the decisions that you make? And people look at me with big eyes going like, we don't have one. And I thought to myself, we got to invent a system that allows to move from people making and executing decisions supported by machines, tools, data sets, blah, 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 to machines making and executing decisions guided by people. And that led me to think about a system. How could we make this work with massive implications? The collapsing of the tech stack, the delayerization of our enterprises, waste reduction, and new roles that would be created. And we're seeing all of that becoming the reality of the largest and the fastest moving companies in the world today, from Exxon to NVIDIA to Estee Lauder to Adele. They're all deploying this kind of approach today. And that's 15 years later.
Mm. Congratulations.